predictions.
Empire's on
and
the
the
run.
scientists. They've caught
Alex
them.
Jones
Stay with
and the
us.
GCN Radio Network.
InfoWarsLife.com. Check it out today. I have set out to bring you the most hardcore, cutting-edge supplements and nutraceuticals, bar none. And that's what you'll find at InfoWarsLife.com. We have rejected literally hundreds of products from the InfoWars Life line because they are not of the very highest quality, or because they're not 100% organic, or because they don't pass all of the strictest toxicology tests there are that we have listed at InfoWarsLife.com. Whether it's Survival Shield Nascent Iodine or DNA Force, Super Male Vitality, Super Female Vitality, Lung Cleanse, Fluoride Shield, Oxy Powder. I believe that all of these products will blow you away like they've done the thousands of other customers that have visited InfoWarsLife.com and believed in us and tried the products. Folks, check out InfoWarsLife.com today and the entire line of groundbreaking, cutting-edge, hardcore products. The experts are clear. Sunlight, purified water, healthy non-GMO food, and having a good attitude is essential to a healthy immune system. But I go further with Super Nascent Iodine X2 from InfoWarsLife.com. 50% stronger than our original and revolutionary Nascent Iodine formula, coming from a deep earth crystal source that no other supplier has. Most other forms of iodine come from seaweed in areas plagued by Fukushima and other contaminants. Not our iodine. It comes from over 200 million-year-old crystal salt deposits and is tested and proven to be completely pure. Visit InfoWarsLife.com today. See the informational videos. Read the information they're compiled. And for a limited time, when you use promo code NOW at checkout, you get an additional 5% off the entire family of InfoWarsLife.com products. Secure your Survival Shield X2 today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139. After consulting top doctors, nutritionists, pharmacists, and others, we have developed what I believe is the ultimate non-GMO organic Super Male Vitality formula. Super Male Vitality by InfoWars Life is so powerful that I only take half the recommended dose.
I jump out of bed ready to fight these criminals every day. I look forward to waking up and taking my Super Male Vitality.
Visit InfoWarsLife.com today to secure your Super Male Vitality and other powerful products from InfoWars Life.
The government's Department of Homeland Security is buying up loads of ammo. At the same time, they're restricting civilians' rights to own and purchase firearms. Can you put two and two together? Infidel Body Armor can stop every round, including hollow points and .308 sniper rounds, is reasonably priced and fully legal. But for how long? Go to InfidelBodyArmor.com, spelled INFIDEL bodyarmor.com. Infidel Body Armor. Just won't quit.
We are on the march. The Empire is on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
United Nations organizations are charged with sterilizing millions of girls and women under cover of an anti-tetanus vaccine program sponsored by the Kenyan government. The population control scheme was exposed after the Kenya Catholic Doctors Association sent 6 samples of the tetanus vaccine that was used during the World Health Organization's immunization campaign this year to laboratories in South Africa for testing. According to the doctors, all samples tested positive for the HCG antigen. HCG mimics a natural hormone that's produced by pregnant women. Well, the bishops and doctors warn that injecting women with HCG actually causes them to develop antibodies against it. When they do get pregnant and produce their own version of HCG, it triggers the production of antibodies that cause miscarriages. The doctors said, "This proved right our worst fears, that this World Health Organization campaign is not about eradicating neonatal tetanus, but a well-coordinated, forceful population control mass sterilization exercise using a proven fertility-regulating vaccine." Now, that sounds a lot like a conspiracy theory until you read the World Health Organization's own literature. This is a report from August 1992 titled Fertility Regulating Vaccines. In it, they discuss the most advanced research on FRVs involves vaccines directed against HCG. As the Kenyan doctors point out, World Health Organization conducted massive vaccination campaigns using the tetanus vaccine that was laced with HCG in Mexico in 1993 and Nicaragua and the Philippines in 94. Just like with this current inoculation program in Kenya, these campaigns targeted women of childbearing age, 14 to 49 years old, and each received a total of 5 injections. A typical tetanus vaccine schedule is just 3 shots. And don't be fooled, this isn't about giving women around the world a choice. The tetanus lace with HCG was given as a fertility-regulating vaccine without disclosing its contraceptive effect to the young girls and mothers. Why would the UN want to suppress the population in developing countries?
The overlords of scientific dictatorship are ruthlessly prosecuting a war on our most defenseless. In December of 1974, the U.S. government made third world population reduction a central national security issue. The operation plan, titled National Security Study Memorandum 200, openly stated that populous third world nations posed a threat to the international elite's monopoly of global power. The Kissinger-authored U.S. plan targeted 13 key countries where massive population reduction was called for. Kissinger recommended that IMF and World Bank loans be given on condition that nations initiate aggressive population control programs, such as sterilization. Kissinger also recommended that food be used as a weapon, and that instigating wars was also a helpful tool in reducing population. In 1972, the Nixon White House also implemented a eugenics policy, which was directed by George Herbert Walker Bush, then United States Ambassador to the United Nations. Bush advised China on the formulation of their one-child policy and directed the federal government to forcibly sterilize more than 40% of Native American women on reservations.
And following in his eugenicist father's footsteps, Bill Gates donates millions of dollars to research population control programs.
Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to 0. That's back from high school algebra. But let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, health care, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
And the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is committing $10 billion over the next 10 years to make it the most aggressive decade ever, rolling out new vaccines to poor nations around the world. This idea of population control has been around for decades and probably much longer. It's backed by powerful economic interests to cull the world population of the useless feeders so corporate giants can exploit world resources unimpeded.
Well, fabulous job by Leanne McAdoo and all the great graphics in there by Darren McBreen and everybody else just in this operation working as a team. Infowars.com is a true treasure. I'm very proud of the team we've got and this good ship. And it's the good ship that you out there built when you've supported us by word of mouth, when you've supported the products that we promote and sell, which, of course, you found out are high quality and very affordable, competitive. And it's just a great responsibility. And I pray every day that God lead, guide, and direct my hand and my mind and to help me be a good person and to help me make the right decisions and really tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. But I think I have been put in this position for the reason that I am wild. And I do have a twist of Cain in me, like everyone does. And so the fact is that I'm not some shrinking, violent, unworldly person. But at the same time, then, I in my spirit am guilty for the fact that comparatively, people would say I'm a very moral person, a very nice person, a very truthful person. But at the same time, I can feel the spirit of this world in me. And it is very dangerous. And so many people out there aren't even aware of it. So they just give into it and become slaves of it. And just think it's cute to be in control and do all these horrible things to other people. And you can argue there are areas of India, Calcutta, and other areas, and areas of Africa, and areas of South America and Central America that are living hellholes with homeless kids running around with snot running out of their noses, you know, huffing chemicals all day because that's all they have out of the junkyards. And just euthanizing themselves by frying their brains. But it all goes back to nutrition. And if we just built them up and gave them the technology and the true industrialization, all the metrics show, anywhere in the world, people become educated, informed, upright, smart, and only have 2 kids or less. And population starts to drop. Instead, the globalists have put in systems to block industrialization, to control populations, and allowed a huge population bloom. They then call for world government to come in and set up a draconian system worldwide to then exterminate masses of these people. And really, all it is an earth-killing conspiracy. And a huge third world population has been bred as a sacrifice to the God of this world. And from all my research, intellectual research, factual research, that's really what we're looking at, is these globalists just want to build a hellish world. They want autonomous killer robots, land, sea, and air. They want to merge with machines. They want to just destroy entire populations. They enjoy it. It's what they do. Ted Bundy, why do you like to kidnap women and torture them and kill them? Because I like it. And the public is so simple-minded on average, and I don't think has any idea the grip that we're in right now. The probing, the scientific manipulation. Coming up for 2 hours in studio, or close to 2 hours, the real Rick Ross, Free Ricky Ross, is going to be in studio. And he spent 25 years of a life sentence behind bars for being one of the biggest cocaine dealers in U.S. history, if not the biggest, publicly known dealer. People say, well, how would you have somebody like that into your studio? Well, he had the nerve to not shut up when it came out it was the CIA, and to tell the truth and to get a longer prison sentence. And he has repented of what he's done and speaks at high schools and colleges everywhere and explains to people why they shouldn't get on drugs and why the drug war is a fraud as well. And how do we sit there and say, oh, he's bad, but the government that shipped it in and the prosecutors that saw the evidence it was the CIA and threatened him and others to shut up, they're good, though. They're good because they shipped the drugs in. They're good because they covered it up. They're good, and then they put Rick Ross in jail for 25 years when he wasn't a gun-toting, violent drug dealer. That's the low-level people. He was the major distributor under the CIA through one intermediary as they flew it into those Air Force bases every day by the plane load. Rick Ross was just the black front. So everybody knows a drug dealer is a black man. No, ladies and gentlemen, going back to Prohibition, when alcohol prohibition ended, they always stuck the red light districts and the liquor districts in the black neighborhoods. Because you didn't want to do that in your neighborhood because the preacher or your wife might see you. So that's where the crime getting nestled started in the black areas. And then Prohibition ended in the 1930s, and they made narcotics illegal and started shipping them into the black communities then. They didn't start shipping drugs in to South Central in 1982 with the crack cocaine epidemic. A CIA invention, crack cocaine. Perfected freebasing. the McDonald's of freebasing. They didn't. No. It was going on forever. It was always going on. And they didn't just stick it in the poor black neighborhoods. They stuck it in the poor white neighborhoods as well. They'd stick it in the poor Irish neighborhoods and say, the dirty Irish, they got